everyone, and welcome back. We are the RPGeeks, and you're joining us for another exciting episode of Orbital Blues, Blackstar. We're going to do some very quick intros and then dive straight into the story. My name is Shamini. I use she, her pronouns, and today I am playing Jules Valentino, who uses they, them pronouns. Emily.
Hello, I'm Emily Bates. I use she, her pronouns, as does Tia Parker, who is my character. Yes, Fiona.
Great. Hello, everyone. My name is Fiona. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm playing Kingsley, who uses he, him pronouns. I'll pass it over to Drac.
Yeah, hi. I am Drac. I use he, they pronouns, and my character, Blank, uses any. Don't really care. And Dylan.
Hi, I'm Dylan, or Super Dylan. My pronouns are she, he, and they, and I am playing Wyla Brewster today, whose pronouns are she, her.
Finally.
And I am Ed. He, him. I am all the voices that you hear in your head. That's me. That was not. That was barely an
Explains a lot, doesn't it? Yeah, nice.
Wait, so much of my life makes so much more sense
Wow,
now.
it was Ed.
Oh, yeah, it was Ed's
So
fault.
it's Ed
Okay.
all along.
Yeah.
And let us dive straight in then. We'll hand over to our GM, Edward Spence.
So, fields of wheat. Fields of wheat as far as the eye can see, as the breeze softly sways the ears of the corn. Clouds waft by overhead, lilting against the grey skies above, pinpricks of faint sunlight rippling across the crop below. Like an island of red metal in its midst, there sits a tractor, and atop this two silhouetted figures. One is yourself, Jules, and as for the other, can you describe what your brother nicely looks like?
But we don't talk about nicely.
We don't talk about nicely.
That's the whole
the whole
premise.
point.
Nicely.
You did once. You did
Yeah.
once.
Yeah, those were the days. Nicely, I'm going to say, is like the average between Jules and Kingsley. So, like, slightly taller than Kingsley, slightly narrower than Jules. I think he's kind of cute and boyish and quite good looking. And farmery. Dressed farmery.
It's hard to see that boyishness in him now. He sits with his head in his hands, and he has not spoken for the better part of an hour, just sitting atop the tractor. There is something defeated about him. Jules, you lost everything.
I'm sorry, nicely I am. I don't know, it just happened.
Jules,
It wasn't, I didn't plan, this wasn't like...
it was everything Mum and Dad have ever worked towards.
I know, and I know it wasn't mine, but,
Yeah, but
you did it what she
for
said.
For what, Jules? For what? What are you doing making deals with Adele Abernathy?
Well, I thought I was going to win it, see?
No, you didn't
thought-
fucking think, Jules. You never fucking think. You always let your cards go before you let your mind. What the fuck were you thinking?
I had a plan. I just it didn't quite work out. That's all.
Well, just you had a plan, and now we have no home, Jules.
Well, maybe Kingsley could probably.
You know what?
He can fix it, can't he?
I hope
'Cause,
you and Kingsley are very happy because I want nothing more to do with either of you. You understand? I want nothing more to do with you, Jules.
Nicely. Well, that's not fair. It wasn't. I didn't mean it. See, I didn't mean it though.
What were you bluffing?
This is real. You're my brother. I'm sorry.
You drop this. He just reaches into his pocket and shoves it into your hand, and you can see that there is, in your palm, a crinkled, scrunched up playing card. And as it slowly unfurls, you see a joker. We're done. You hear? If I see you back, don't expect any prodigal son shit. We're done. Anyway, looks like your mate's in. And he jumps off the tractor, and almost disappearing into the corn below, he walks past another figure who walks towards the tractor. As Kingsley, you just feel a slam against your shoulder as Nicely walks past you.
Fucking hell.
Said I was sorry.
Yeah, well, you know what he's like. Look, go on, pack your bags.
Right. All right, you got a plan, right?
Always. Don't you worry. Look,
Right.
Look, let's just put it all underneath the proverbial carpet, and we just won't talk about it. Don't talk about the farm. Don't talk about the game. Let's not even talk about Nicely anymore.
He ain't part of the plan.
No, just you and me.
Oh, right. Well, I mean, unless he changes his mind. He might change his mind.
Yeah. We've got his number. He knows
Yeah.
where to get us at. We've got our little data pads and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll write him a letter
Yeah.
saying sorry again, because he's just in a bad time, isn't it?
Jules. And I will somehow get up on top of the tractor. Look. You really need to stop saying that word.
What word?
The S word.
Sorry.
Yeah. Because if you use it too much, it doesn't mean anything anymore.
Oh, that's why he's still mad at me. Because I oversaid it. I overused it. I
yeah.
see. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
you're smart, Kingsley. You're smart.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I think, you know what? New start, new words, all that jazz. You and me.
Right.
Come on, buddy. Best pal.
Yeah.
My insurance.
You got a plan? I'm here to back your plan.
All right.
Bet on you any day, Kingsley.
No, but I found the
But I won't.
sweetest ride. You won't believe it.
Let's see.
All right, go on.
And as these two figures leap off the tractor, walking off through the proverbial carpet of corn, Nicely disappears in the other direction, never to be seen again. Starman's eye. These words hang in the air. Before Gale, giving a small, weak smile to break the tension, just takes you all in. Only recognizing one of you. Well, seeing as you've come all this way, I suppose it would be rude not to offer you all a drink. How do you all like whiskey?
Yeah, that hasn't changed.
You're different than I imagined, Kingsley.
Oh, I'm as plain as they come. It's nice to meet you, Gale.
Yeah.
Oh, you've met.
Oh, well, we have, but you know, through the voice notes and the encryption. Yeah.
You'd be business partners, right?
Yeah. Best business partners.
Well, fence. Kingsley's a glorified fence. Here you go. One for you. And he passes round a number of tin cans full of very, very strong-smelling alcohol.
I knew, Kingsley. You're all right.
As he passes a drink in your direction, Blank, kind of like looking at the mask and just nodding. His eyes
Blank
flick
doesn't
down.
take it. Blank just stands there watching Gale extend this cup towards them, and they don't take it.
He's
I
got
drink
one.
for Blank, actually.
He just nods and, almost without looking at you, Wyla, just hands the glass across to you, and his eyes flicking down to the hoverboard next to you, Blank. Nice energy core.
Blank
So,
kind of shuffles a little bit on their feet, but they don't say anything. They just continue to stare through the mask.
Kingsley, I sent you the Starman's eye to keep it safe, not fly it all the way back to me.
No. I was. Let me tell you, right. So we landed, right. I got the thing, as you said. I mean, it wasn't much. I then went to the finest evaluator. Was the finest evaluator, and then we did get shot on quite significantly, and then I was outvoted. And now we're back here. So I'll be honest, I've had no control over my destiny up to this point. Yeah. So, ta-da! And I sit down, like completely defeated, and like, I don't know where else I could have gone with this.
Do you have it on you now?
I think Wyla probably has it. I don't think they would have allowed Kingsley to have
pretty
it.
sure.
Yeah.
Pretty sure
Yeah.
still has it.
So in that case, then, Kingsley would definitely be like, and then look like surreptitiously at Wyla and
Well, since I last recall this being half mine, I'm holding on to it.
Some things really don't change.
You want to say what you mean? You want to say anything to me?
I'm sorry how things ended.
Well, how are they going right now? Because some fine folks walk into my bar with this. After all this time, after what you've done, that's the first time I hear your name again. Is because I overhear a deal going on. Nothing to do with me. He thought it was a paperweight. Babe?
You see his eye twitch a little as you call him this, and he just takes his drink in hand and... Yeah, We don't have to have this conversation in front of anyone else if you don't want.
Right, I think maybe... Is there another room we can go to?
There's a
We could just step outside
there's a
and she'll
fire
head
escape.
towards the front door.
I wouldn't. You never know who's watching. I've got a balcony out back.
Great, we'll go hang out on the balcony. Kingsley, Blank, Jules with me, and I will drag them away.
Blank will look to Wyla and I think in shorthand just sign, "Are you okay with this?"
Quietly, in the palm. Is your hand armored, Blank?
No.
In the palm of your hand, Wyla will spell out the signs for "I'm okay."
Blank will turn again, just a featureless white mask, and glare through it at Gale before backing up and then turning to follow Tia.
I don't think they like me.
Well, they've had to hear me talk about you, so
Oh, so biased reports them.
sure. So,
Miss-
we're alone. You got something to say to me now?
I missed you.
You know, I think there was a way to avoid that. I feel like maybe there was a way for you to not miss me, called, I don't know, not selling me out, not sending the law after me, not kicking me off my own planet side.
Would it help my case at all if I only did so because I knew you could look after yourself, and I knew that if they were trying to find both of us, it was less likely that they would have the resources to do so. They'd be split. They'd be I didn't want you caught up in whatever mess this is. And he points in the direction of where he presumes you are keeping the Starman's eye.
Yeah, he knows. You know, I've given it some thought, and no, I don't think that that's better. I don't think that that's better at all. I think we could have made it. We could have gotten off this rock together. What do you even mean? We could have absolutely evaded them.
Look, how much have you told them about what that little thing is you're carrying? Have you told them?
Aw, not really anything. I don't think, Kingsley still thinks it's a paperweight, just one that happens to have my signature inside it now. But I showed them enough to impress that it's bigger than that. I think Jules and Tia seem pretty savvy, and, well, Blank understands better than most. I've made a decent life till this moment, of course. And we could have done that.
You weren't here when I ran from the enforcers. You don't know how bad they want that thing in your pocket. When I saw how violently they were coming after me, I
Gave him my name.
I knew you
were
would
looking
run.
out.
But like I say, I knew they wouldn't catch you.
Well, thank you for your vote of confidence. So you've missed me then.
Yeah, I did.
The enforcers take your right hand?
No, but I've had to be more, under cover of darkness.
Sure, okay. Let's pretend I believe everything you're saying for a minute. What are we doing here? Why are you sending this thing off planet to a bunch of strangers?
After you left, I was able to make a go of it for a time, selling my services slightly more off the grid than I used to. But when you're alone, you only have so many eyes to watch your back, and the enforcers, they were getting close. I'd struck up a distant relationship with Mr. Kingsley out there as a fence, selling some of my better modded equipment, and despite his somewhat laissez-faire attitude towards professionalism, I thought he was the quickest person I could get it to without it falling into the hands of the enforcers, and so yeah, I sent it to a lockbox, told him to go grab it, look after it. Didn't expect him to flog it for all it was worth within the first couple of minutes of landing there, but
What? That's a great question. Brings up a great point. What was the intention? What was he supposed to do?
hang on to it until I felt it was safe to have it back.
You know, I ran into Kingsley in a bar, apparently crawling with enforcers, even where there ain't supposed to be none.
Yeah.
So, Kingsley could have been put in real trouble. And was put into real trouble just for the sake of holding on to this thing. And I don't mean to keep twisting the knife, but I'm going to. And Kingsley and I ran into those enforcers, and do you know what we did?
Can you make an
We
observation
killed them.
check?
What?
Can you make an observation check?
No.
Yeah.
I want to kill this
Don't do
man.
it. Nothing good can come of it.
Yes, I will. I will make an observation check. Okay.
Just Kingsley outside is going, ow, my head. This is everyone keeps mentioning him. Oh, 4. Oh, no.
Why are my ears so warm?
You don't notice any change as you tell your story, as outside on the balcony, the rest of you, taking in the smoggy atmosphere of Lower Angel 1, canal boats and tugboats moving down below across mucky green-brown waters.
Blank is pacing up and down whatever tiny space we have on the balcony.
What do you lot know about Gale?
They,
Well.
Blank pulls out their sidekick phone and types up very angrily. You can tell from how they're punching in the keys, and just says, "He's a piece of shit."
Right, okay. Any data to go along with that, Blank?
I can't remember if I don't think I know the details of Gale's disappearance. Just that he did. Right? Okay. Yeah, I type up and it just says just can't trust him, unloyal, only is out to watch himself.
Kingsley,
Drac,
you're working with him. Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
I'm so sorry.
No, you.
Drac, I think that the most Wyla has told you is that he has betrayed her. That's the word that she just will simplify it as.
Yeah. So I think it's still the same thing. You see that, like, not loyal, only looks out for himself, can't trust him. He betrayed Wyla. And that's in all caps as they show the screen.
Okay, I'm starting to work it out now. Kingsley? You work with him, right?
Well, yeah. I obviously, we run in the same sorts of circles. If there's some odd jobs or something like that, like I put my name forward on the job listings. I'll admit, it's the first proper time I've actually got a job accepted. Normally, this is like, oh, not this time. We'll keep you in mind.
Right, and the first job, the enforcers come after you.
Well, I mean, I you know who I blame? Well, God bless her soul, but Raquel, why would you set up office and then realize what she's saying, and then goes, yeah, well, yeah.
Jules, anything to add?
From my very brief observation, I perceive a very interesting character who perhaps keeps certain things like close to their chest, but I sense a lot of emotions actually going on under the surface, I would say. Just, first impressions.
Very insightful.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's one person who hates him, one person who's vaguely worked with him and doesn't really know anything about him, but the first job they've got accepted, they've immediately been tracked by the law,
you get a
someone who
vibe.
thinks there's a lot of emotions in there. Right. Blank, is Wyla in danger in there?
Blank pauses, and you hear a sigh, kind of the breath up against the mask, and types up. Physically, no.
Right.
Back in the workshop,
Psychic damage.
Gale just unscrews the whiskey bottle again and starts to pour out another for himself and offers one to you, Wyla.
Please.
So,
All right. So what do we do now?
well, your group clearly want to know about this little gizmo, but I have to ask, Wyla. You been running with this group long?
Yeah, we're old pals. Well, I don't know why I tried. I can't lie, you know that. I can lie to enforcers. Not to regular folks, though. I know them a little bit. Well, Tia, her bar, may it rest in peace, was a watering hole of mine since I left. So I knew her a bit. The other two, Kingsley and Jules, they're new. I overheard them. I heard of them the first time when I saw our shiny prize sitting on a table in the middle of the bar. But Blank's good. Blank's been pretty much my only friend since I left. I would say maybe, probably best friend I ever had besides you at some point. Definitions depending.
Best of times, worst of times, I guess.
But yeah, so I've known her a bit now. The rest are new. Why do you ask?
No reason. Just. And he points over to the wall, and in amidst all of the receipts and the commissions and the blueprints, you can see what looks to be a small Polaroid of a sunset. Remember that?
course I remember. You remember what I said to you?
I do, but nice to hear it.
You got some sense of humor, because I told you were a piece of shit that night. You were pissing me off. You kept pretending. You kept pretending like sea frogs used to be able to fly. And you
They
were
did.
no,
They
you,
did.
you're not. Oh, you're not sucking me into this again. I've read books. You were a real shit. You still, I don't know, you torturing some new lass these days?
Less than you.
That's probably for the best, you know. She probably can't outrun the enforcers.
Won't be able to outrun you either.
Yeah, that's right. All right. So, I mean, I'm home now. What do we, what do we do about this thing? Who's after it? I mean, if we need to get it off rock, we might be
Well.
able to.
You want to bring your friends in here and we can maybe talk about it a bit more. Fill them in.
Sure. She'll just, guys, get on in here.
Blank, before you even finish your sentence, Blank is already walking in.
Tia is right behind.
I would like to roll for blues if that's okay. Cause
Oh,
that
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
did not.
Look,
That did not
we have
end
2
one of the
episodes
2
left.
ways that I thought it might.
Get the blues out for sure.
Blues, blues, blues.
Blues, blues, blues.
Oh God, wait. What are the blues
Getting
rolls
blues
again?
is a good thing, isn't it? You
Uh,
want to
plus
get
grapes.
well,
blues.
so
Got it.
narratively, yeah, you want blues because it basically, if you earn 8 blues, you get to activate your Troubles Brewing,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
that has some very cool mechanical effects.
Oh,
So that I
Um,
got double 6s. So
loads of
that
blues.
means I get one or I don't.
You do.
So anything above an 8, you gain a blues.
I do. Okay.
Oh, I see. So when you roll a blues
Okay.
check, you're already, it's just sad already. But then when you get higher,
get a
then you can
mechanic.
get the bonuses.
High,
from being
higher
sad.
is,
Yeah.
higher
I
is better
understand.
sad. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Better
also, anytime, like, anything from your backstory, like blues check is, like, specific narrative stuff. But if there's something where you're like, well, fuck, I guess I'm sad, just go ahead and give yourself a blues.
Can I just add a few on
Yeah.
extra
Yeah.
now to
Oh yeah, no, I've got several.
So I'll say, with that blues check, Wyla, as your friends pile into this workshop and seeing Gale at the center of it, when was the last time you were here?
I think it was like the day before everything went sideways. I think, you know, we did good work. And, you know, good finished projects mean good celebrating. And we knew how to do that. So, I think that was kind of a big night.
As all of you come in, and Gale just looks at you, blank, and just nods and gives a little cheers. Bestie.
Just silence, just glares.
So, yeah, Starman's Eye. What do you want to know?
What is it?
How much is it worth?
Why do the enforcers want it so much?
And why do your diamond dogs want it to?
And how much would they pay for it?
Jules? No.
And am I really just a fence to you?
Okay. Kingsley, Jules, sit down.
As he looks around, sort of, okay, last question I can answer real quick. Yeah, Kingsley, 100%, never anything more. In terms of the
He don't
Starman's
know
Eye,
what he's talking about, Kingsley.
Yeah, it's all right.
You're
I'm
you're
just
a businessman. He
yeah,
doesn't. He doesn't know you.
legit.
You-
I'm just
you
gonna be
know,
out on the
just-
balcony for a little bit. Don't worry.
as Kingsley steps out, and you all hear the creak of the back door, we will come back to you, Kingsley.
Yeah, we
No worries.
will.
Damn it.
Yeah, we will.
But
Fucking love it.
Gale, looking at the rest of you, goes, to answer the rest of your questions, has anyone actually heard of the Starman? Gunslinger? Years ago?
Have I?
It's in the
Something you roll
notes.
for,
You
or just-
are, you are,
I know, but saying
you
it
are-
would blank know.
of all of you, you are newest to the martial system, so I
Yeah.
would say probably not.
Okay.
So he looks around and kind of a boogeyman for the criminal underworld. Unmatched assassin, countless casualties, buddies, unmatched gunslinger. No one really knows who he was. Some think he came from another system, others think he was a pilot, a major who flew into a black hole. But anyway, after years of terrorizing the system, he simply disappeared. And anyway, sometime after Wyla and I started working together, I was called out on a scavenger run, shipwreck in outer space. And the crew I was running with, I don't think they realized what it was, but I did, because in there were crates of credits, weapons, valuables, but floating in amongst the wreckage, that thing. And he points towards Wyla's direction. Starman's Eye was a cybernetic eye he used to have in his right side of his skull. No one knows exactly what it did. Secret to the skill with a gun, access to his considerable wealth, maybe even a list of all of his clients and victims. No one knows, but I waived payment for the job, and I just asked for that. Because I figured whatever's inside it gotta be worth more. So, Wyla and I started working on it, seeing if we could crack it. That's when the enforcers started coming after us.
And that's about where I'm caught up to. Till fast forward to us running into each other.
So unfortunately, I got nothing for you. And as for, Blank, right?
Blank. Still as a statue. Hasn't taken the eye off Gale at all this entire time.
Nice.
Yeah, I think you got a little bit of a smudge up there. So Diamond Dogs, not a name I'm familiar with. Why? Why'd you ask?
They'll type up the first bit of movement again as they type up. They came in attacking the bar along with the enforcers. Don't seem to be working together, but seem to be looking for the same thing.
Wow, Kingsley was trying to get it evaluated, which seems to me to be the question we're all still asking. How much is it worth?
Look, whoever would have the money, whoever would be willing to pay for the Starman's Eye would be willing to kill for it all, so whatever is in that thing is priceless. It's what I was hoping that you and I would figure out.
Right, we were gonna, start and finish our lives on the money we made off this thing. That was the hope, anyway. I mean, maybe we still could.
Blank looks at Wyla.
So does Tia.
There's how you say something and then instantly regret it, and you're just like, don't look at me, don't. That's exactly like head down, avoidant at all cost.
Can I roll for blues?
Yeah. Baby.
As you do, Gale just looks around at all of you and... So... That's the Starman's Eye, but why did you all come to see me?
The Enforcers know about you. But they also know about Kingsley. And I'm just wondering how.
So, sorry, why do you say they know about me?
They're coming after you.
What do you mean?
I'll hold up the badge, which I realize is crazy. It's not mine, calm down. They came looking for Kingsley. I'm assuming you gave them his name. And then, when that didn't go right, now they're coming for you.
You done what?
Did you used to run with Charlie Brasco? I know I recognize that.
Oh, no.
Oi, what's this about you giving Enforcers Kingsley's name? And Jules is gonna, like, come and sort of square up to him somewhat.
And why do you know T is Charlie?
And who's Charlie?
What, you don't watch The Lounge? You're not seeing the bounties around?
I try not to stress myself out. I don't want to go gray.
Look, it was a couple of years ago at least, but I remember you. It was
I did my
Tia and
time.
Charlie. Huh. So you're saying I have a bounty on me?
Sounds like it. I suggest you
not
start
possible.
running.
What do you mean it's not possible? They put bounties on everyone.
He thinks it's not possible because he gave them Kingsley's name.
And mine.
Is that right? Is that correct information I'm being provided with?
Kingsley, make an observation check for me.
Oh, okay. I would say this whole time, Kingsley has actually replaced Blank on the balcony going, I can't believe it. A fence! No, like in the last couple of days, Kingsley's life has just completely gone from top packing order to nothing. So... Oh, that's not bad. Observation is a 9.
From the railings of the balcony, you see 2 enforcer ships descending from the spires above. And on the other side of the building, you hear heavy armored footsteps running down one of the gantries.
I take a quick... Alright, fuck this. I rush back in. Alright, get your coats. We're having to leave. Operation Get the Fuck Out of Here.
Okay, okay, what?
Enforcers, they're here, they're coming, they're here. Everything's here.
I turn to Gale.
Okay, Wyla, you have to understand. After you left, they found me. After I sent the eye to Kingsley, they found me and they threatened to come.
Can I
after
punch
me.
Gale?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Do it.
Yeah.
I can't. It's Operation Get the Fuck Out of Here, and I ain't got
Yeah.
much time. And how would I do that?
Step 1, punch.
So
Ask questions later. That's it.
Yeah.
So you attack. So it's 3 dice.
3d6. Okay. Yeah.
Come on.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
Right.
Come on, Jules.
This night or nothing. None of those things help. Okay.
Come on.
Let's go. God. Oh no! I've only got 1 damage left over.
It's enough.
So
Still a
you slam his face against the table, and he's just, and as he's there, he's just like, no, you don't understand. You don't understand. Wyla, I was just doing it to try and protect you. They were coming after you. After I sent the eye to Kingsley, they found me. I made a deal in exchange for his location and the eye. They'd stop hunting you, okay?
I'm gonna punch him again.
Yeah.
Just roll damage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, Jules.
3.
Yeah.
3. He slumps down to the floor as there is another clang against the table, and as he falls against the metal floor, there is another clang as you hear footsteps outside, and over your authority, sort of, what is it again, Tira? It's
Authority monitor.
Your authority
It's
monitor.
it's police radio basically. Is what it is.
You just hear Beta Squad to Alpha. We're closing in on Weston's workshop. Targets are in sight. Over. Roger that.
Oh no!
Okay, we've got to go.
Jules, I appreciate.
Oh no, I've
your
stopped
energy,
punching him now.
but
He's
yeah,
collapsed.
well, we
I do
gotta
stop
go.
at that point.
And she's gonna get down onto the ground and take Gale's hands into hers, and like just so close to his face. You made the worst decision of your life that day. I can't believe. I thought for a second it was just a mistake. I can't believe you've done this again.
Well, I did this so we can get back to what we were. You don't please. You don't understand who these people are. They will kill everyone.
I'm gonna
can't
need you to
protect
cut it
them,
out
but
with
I
your
can-
words. I'm gonna need to see you do something. And she's gonna drop your hands and get up, and she will start moving with the rest of the crowd.
As you do, there is a
Go out the back door.
on the door,
Balcony.
and you just hear, "Come out with your hands up!"
I will pull my gun and point it at Gale and say, "Do it," and then get everyone else out the back door.
Okay, Gale heads over, stumbling up off the ground, and begins to pull back the various latches.
Go.
As
I'm just pushing Gale out the door again.
Is Delta with us? I can't remember if Delta
Oh,
stayed on
yeah.
the ship or if they were with us.
What happened to
Delta
Delta?
is with you. Yes,
Okay.
Delta is
So, yeah,
with you.
Hi, Delta. You've been quiet.
Yeah, as you begin to usher everyone towards the back door, you hear descending from the skies and beginning to hover just outside the balcony, 2 massive blocky grey ships with blue sirens, and you can just hear from a large tannoy system, "Don't even think about it!"
All right.
All right.
Going through them then?
Operation thinking about it.
I can maybe distract.
Is Jules Valentine in there?
That's me. How do they know about me?
Shut up, Jules.
Shut up.
You all know it's me.
What do we say? We are not at home to Mr. Enforcer, okay?
But they know my nest.
I look to Blank
It's
and
a
I'm
nice
like,
change.
could you do it? What you did in the bar? Could you do the same thing?
Yeah, I can. They type this up. I can only really take one other person with me, but I can at the very least lead some of these ships away.
Take Wyla.
Or your other friend. I point
Or
to
Delta. Yeah, maybe take Delta.
I
Yeah.
point
She
to-
seems
I
less
point-
Take
useful.
Delta. Take Delta.
I will
forgot
turn
about
to
her again.
Delta, and then sign. You know, come with.
Delta looks around the workshop, and it is cramped and she looks at Wyla and then at you, Blankened. They have the eye. That seems what they want. Take Wyla.
Back turns to Wyla. Hop on as I start the hoverboard.
All right.
And it's loud.
Yeah.
I just kind of last time. It's like starting a motorbike with a terrible ignition start.
over the top, Jules is still like, because people ain't usually heard of me, because like Kingsley's not a fucking person,
don't
you
worry.
know, so
I'm
it's gonna make some nice change,
I'm
doesn't
also
it?
as surprised as you at this situation, but right now,
Right.
questions later.
Before we fly off, I'm just gonna say, don't a single one of you die.
Not planning on it.
Aww. That's very
try.
sweet.
Yeah.
I only just met you, but I hope you don't die even that
We've
sweet,
been on a ship
Kingsley.
together for a
Yeah.
few days, Jules.
Emotional depths.
Black just shakes their head as they begin to approach the balcony.
Another one with
and
emotional depths there.
I think, just because I think it's very gay, Blank kind of holds Wyla by the waist and
Oh yeah.
and will essentially have the board go ahead of them and jump off onto the board and off the balcony onto the board to fly off as fast as they can.
So, from the perspective of the enforcers on either side of this workshop, those stood on the grated balcony outside, and those within the two very large ships, each of which hold 5 enforcers apiece, they are watching this quiet workshop when from within, and suddenly these two individuals just fly out, slamming through the railing of the balcony that just gives, flying off in either direction, a little bit slamming into one of the nearby enforcer ships as you just fly off. I'm going to ask you, Blank, to make a savvy check as inside the workshop, Gale, as per requested, opens the door.
I put my gun away.
Two further squads of enforcers, again, 5 apiece, and a third squad stay outside as these blue uniformed individuals with blue hats just walk in.
What operation is this, Kingsley?
Operation sit the fuck down and be quiet.
Right.
Blank, what did you roll?
I rolled a 14.
Let's
Yeah, you leave them behind as there is just a pillar, a plume of grey smoke behind you as you fly up and down into the lower levels of Lower Angel 1. Sort of almost, you know how in all those old 50s films set in LA, where they have like greaser like car rides in like the empty like river, it's basically that. You go down and you just disappear as one of the blocky vehicles with its sirens starting up just begins to descend, its own engines roaring but paling in comparison to yours, down, and you lose them almost immediately. And the rest of you inside of the workshop, you just hear over the radio.
The radio.
Two of them gone. We're on it. Over.
I maybe just turn it down now, like quite low, so they don't hear it anymore.
hear it twice,
you know, because I'm like,
Echo in here. It's all not wearing
Probably not.
headphones.
Yeah,
Someone's not wearing headphones.
Yeah.
One of the enforcers, just looking at the accumulated, just turns to Gale. So which one did you need protecting? Yeah, she's gone.
I glare at Gale, like glare. Like Tia has never looked at someone with so much hate.
Well, we got a call for one Jules Valentine.
That's me.
No! Put your hand down! Put your hand down!
Same energy as Zach Oriyama. I killed him.
I killed him. I killed him, Your Honor. Everyone get a Dropout subscription. Not sponsored.
Honestly, best streaming service out there.
Yeah.
As one of the enforcers just takes off their badge and just places it in your hand, Jules. And Jules, you hear a voice on the other side. A voice you have not heard, but one that Kingsley is intimately familiar
I'm gonna
with.
be sick.
As Antonia Ford,
Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
head
I'm
of the
no
Terraforming Guild.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm gonna be absolutely sick.
This means nothing to me, alright?
Is this thing on?
Hello? Hello? Can you... Hello?
I
Hello?
take it I am speaking with Mr. Jules Valentino.
Yeah, that's me! That's not me. That's someone else. Oh, no! Wait, no, we changed our surname to make it Valentino. That's someone else, because we put the O on the end so that you wouldn't...
You went from
No!
Valentine to Valentine.
What I mean is, I don't know what you're talking about, and I refuse to speak without a lawyer present.
We practice this so much.
I am glad that your reputation precedes you.
So much
You
roleplay.
are
Does it?
unlikely to lie.
Oh.
I understand
What have you
and
heard?
your-
Just out of interest, okay.
that you and your friend Kingsley are back in Angel 1.
No. We are not here.
I assume you understand the deal that he made with me last time he was here.
Are you... Kingsley made a deal with the enforcers? Because that does not sound like Kingsley. Just personally.
So he hasn't told you what transpired with my daughter. Sure.
I don't know who you are. Someone's just given me a badge. Am I an enforcer now? Because I got a badge. Valentino.
Valentino.
Yeah.
I have a proposition. And I would like you to relay this to your group in no uncertain terms.
Kingsley's not here, so I can't relay it to him. Just... yeah, carry on.
Don't fucking lie. I want you and your group to hand over the eye, and all will be forgiven. And in exchange, I will give you both a carrot and a stick. You are a farming type. I assume you understand the analogy.
I prefer money.
To the carrot. Last time Kingsley and I spoke, I offered him a deal, one you are clearly unaware of.
Who-
Credits.
Wait, what? Can you just go over who you are again? Because I'm very confused.
I am the mother of Kingsley's once darling betrothed.
No. Wait. You don't mean what? I look at Kingsley and I like mouth like
I mean, Kingsley can hear this whole conversation.
I know, but I'm like, is it Cheryl's mum? Is it Cheryl? Am I talking? Is it Cheryl's mum?
Nods incredibly weakly.
Oh my god! Why am I talking to Cheryl's mum on about what's happening? It's lovely to meet you, Mrs. What's Cheryl's surname?
Ford.
It's lovely to meet you, Mrs. Ford.
Yes, the feeling is mutual.
How's Cheryl doing?
Better now.
Oh, that's nice. I heard she was doing no coffee January.
Valentine. Tino. Tell Master Kingsley that I am willing to renege on our previous arrangement. You are both welcome back with open arms. The carrot in this is that Kingsley gets to see Cheryl again. As for the stick, it really is amazing the family members who crawl out of the woodwork when one of their brothers has received a bounty on their head. Does the name Nicely Valentine mean anything to you?
I refuse to answer that question without legal advice.
Understood. Mr. Jules, if you don't hand over the eye, I will have enforcers sent to that backwater planet you call a home and see to it that your brother is arrested and shot. Do you understand?
He didn't do nothing though.
No, but you did. You mess with people who are far more powerful than you, have far more money than you, and have far more influence than you will ever hope to wield in even your tiniest finger. So understand this. If you do not give me and mine the eye, you will not leave Angel One alive.
Yeah, no,
Bring it
that
to you, Tommy
makes
Orbital.
sense. You
2
talk.
days.
Lovely to speak with you, Mrs. Ford. Thank you.
The line goes dead.
Catch you later, baby. Can I keep this, or I ask?
My enforcer just takes it for you.
Right.
So, our employer has made it very, very clear what she wants. One of our ships is going to escort yours. All the way to Yatami Orbital. Don't try anything, or we will shoot you all. Do you understand?
I'm gonna elbow Kingsley. Be like, but we don't have to. We don't have to.
Yeah. Just do as they say. All right. Just. I need to think. Okay.
Sounds great. No worries. We are fully cooperative. We are Oh, Tia, ain't we cooperating good right now?
We're doing great, Jules.
Yeah,
You're doing
we
great.
are not a problem, and this is all beyond what we wanted to get involved with, isn't it? So yeah, whatever you say. Aye, sir.
Squad Gamma, you will stay with the suspects. Squad Delta is in pursuit of the other two. The rest of us will go to meet Brasco and Yatami.
We didn't get Squad Alpha. I'm so sad.
No. Mr. Wesson does. And Gale looks at them. What do you mean? You're coming with us. We need you to verify the item when it's in our hands. Come. And they immediately just throw a pair of cuffs on him and start dragging him out. And he looks at the rest of you.
You're a piece of shit.
I'm going to put such a bad review on the job board.
I'm
Look
gonna
out for one.
like it.
He looks at Delta. Tell the masked one, man. Keep doing what they're doing. And with that, he is just led on out. As you hear the ship outside continuing to just hover there as the rest of the units begin to leave. As Wyla and Blank,
Yeah.
where are you headed?
I think after being sure that we'd lost the enforcers that were chasing us down, I'm trying to make a very taking the scenic route back to where we had parked the ship, but as quite like stealthily as possible. But yeah, the entire time signing to Wyla, just going, "Are you okay?"
Wyla will sign back, like, they better have fought their way out. They could fight their way out. You think we should circle back? You think we should circle back and just make sure they don't need any help picking off the scraps? You know, they probably got most of them. And, like, Wyla's not great at signs, so a lot of this is, like, it's just she's rambling in a language she doesn't even speak that well, so it's coming through choppy, Chief.
I imagine, do you kind of like mouth or say as you're signing?
Yes.
Yes, I think
Definitely she's, yeah.
there'll be a point where they can tell how like frantic you are with the sign language and just kind of clasp your hands and then sign. I can read your lips. You're nervous.
All right. What do you think we should circle back? I mean, maybe we could pick a few off and make sure they get out.
They sign. Let's check the ship first, in case they made it back there.
All right.
And yeah, we will kind of go around. And I think as we're going, if you're cool with this, Ed, and you can also just say this isn't a thing, but I imagine some people like hanging their clothing out on like washing lines outside.
That was established last session, so
Perfect.
100%.
Oh,
Yeah.
so cool.
I'm gonna be like just as subtly as like stealthy as possible, grabbing clothes that look like they could fit me and fit Wyla.
Yeah.
So cool.
And not changing yet because we're still out on the streets. Not gonna get undressed in the streets, but like having those with us, so we can at least change up our look a little bit, as we head back to the ship.
And how about the rest of you? As you stood in the middle of this unfamiliar workshop, the doors simply left open as enforcers stand outside. What are you all doing and where are you headed?
Can I clarify that they just said that she said come back in 2 days and that they said they're buggering off and
No, they're escorting us.
they're escorting us.
Yeah.
Now or in 2 days? Just around.
So they want the eye, which is not with any of you,
But they don't know
on Yatami Orbital in 2 days.
And are they just gonna follow us?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm trying
We
to.
don't know.
Like, are
Are
we?
they gonna
do
be like
they-
following the group for the rest of those
Are
2
they
days?
just like? Are they just waiting outside to see where we go
So
at the moment?
you know that. So Wyla and Blank, from your conversation with Honey, you would know that Yatami Orbital is a couple of days from Angel One.
Right.
Okay.
So
Oh, so we're going there now.
We're literally going there now.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. That's what I wanted to know.
you don't have to. It's
And how many of them
entirely
are
down to
there?
you.
According
That's
to
what
them.
they want us to do.
Yeah.
Lots.
Yeah.
Is it more than 10? It's two
So
groups.
there's 5 outside and 5 in the vehicle that is currently hovering out the back entrance.
But they're not in this room right now.
No.
Okay. Kingsley.
Yeah, Jules.
Oh, I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna need a real good plan to get that eye back.
Yeah. Real good plan.
I think the others will go to the ship.
Right.
I don't know if this will work, but I might be able to. Just trust me on this one, and I will walk out to one of the people outside, the one who was talking. Hi. I'm assuming you know who I am.
I know.
Great. I'd like to talk to Charlie.
Mr. Brasco?
Does my badge go off in? Wait, what did you say? Oh, no, I missed it. No, I was talking. No,
Say it again, Ed. Say it again. I dare you.
Yeah.
Say it again.
I think the word was floozy, Emily, that you
The
missed.
word floozy was used, Emily.
Oh no. Oh no.
As from
Shoot.
your badge, you just hear, "You miss me."
I just want to talk. Let the others go, please. They don't have it.
I'm willing to talk. Enforces, let let Tia walk away. Just
No,
for a bit.
the other ones. Let the other ones walk.
No. You and I can talk first.
Fine. I'll walk.
So, tell me, darling, did you cry for me?
Did you cry for me? You saw me get shot. I heard you scream, Charlie. And then I never heard from you again.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't say that I did.
See, I just don't believe that.
No. So, what do you want then? Safety of your friends, or?
I want them all free. You let the 3 of them go. And the other 2.
Trouble is, they know about the eye now, which is a big problem for my employers.
They've known
'cause,
about the eye for ages. Why now?
tying up loose ends. Mainly.
None of this makes any sense to me, Charlie. Because as far as I can see, we have 2 options here. Either 1, you never cared about me at all, and I just don't believe that. Or 2, this is all an act. And I want to know who you're working for. Because none of this makes any sense. You hate enforcers, and you would never turn me over to them. So which one is it?
The Terraforming Guild have promised me my own planet. Ain't that wild?
Wild.
Little guy growing up on Bovis 5. Banking cartels promise me credits that I'm never going to be able to spend. Because enforcers are good. They just don't cut it when it comes to just navigating the underbelly of, well, where we come from. So, yeah, that's the sense of it, I guess.
Fine. Enjoy your planet. And I will throw the badge into the river if it's nearby.
You hear a satisfying splash.
How far away from the enforcers am I?
Given that you've been able to walk away, they are watching, but you're around 30 feet.
Of course they are.
I just thought I could maybe shoot a couple of them before they notice.
Ooh.
I'll just walk back.
Ed, could I do a blues check?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
I
of
will be.
course
I
you
will
can.
also just be taking blues now, so that's just. I'm
Okay.
just gonna add some.
Sorry, I know we just had this earlier. What is it I add to the blues check? Is it grit?
So your grit. Yeah.
That's a 9. So,
9. You get a blues. What is it that triggers this, Kingsley?
Oh, I guess the last half an hour has not been great.
It's the fence thing, isn't it?
It's you, Ed
It was the
Spencer.
fence
You did
thing.
it.
that started it. It's the trigger. I think ultimately Kingsley's been incredibly quiet. Has sunk down into a. No, you said it's a workshop, so maybe a bench rather than a beanbag chair is what I was thinking. But and it's been sort of very quiet, sort of like looking at his hands a little bit and just thinking about the conversation that Jules had, and obviously not being able to really respond to it because of all these sort of emotions and stuff, and thinking about what this means not just for the woman he loves, but also Jules, and also nicely. Jules, come on, take a seat, mate.
Operation sit the fuck down and
No,
be quiet.
No.
No. Right,
How you doing all right? You feeling? I know. It's probably still looking very beat up, right, Jules?
Oh yeah.
Like-
My face is like an excitingly exotic fruit.
Oh. I have a confession to make to you.
Is it that you made some sort of dodgy deal with Cheryl's mum and it didn't work out that well and you had to like bugger off?
Sort of. The truth is, I broke up with Cheryl.
Oh mate, I'm sorry.
I had to.
Aww.
Because Mrs. Ford, well, she didn't take too kindly to our arrangements. You know, been together for so long. I was planning on, you know, doing the whole big commitment thing. Found a good venue, and she did some research into our business. Didn't like what she saw. So
She does seem a tad on the pushy side.
yeah, that's one way of putting it.
Yeah.
She said if I didn't break up with Cheryl and disappear, that she would, well, just throw us to the enforcers.
Well, Cheryl must have been pissed.
She doesn't know. I left her a voice note saying
Explaining
I
the
didn't love her.
situation. What?
Saying I didn't love her. And then I blocked all communications. And I came to find you.
It's pretty harsh, Kingsley.
No, I mean, I'd be fine, and I'm sure she'll be fine. You know what Cheryl's like. She's like the most amazing person, has a high-flying career, architect. God, what'll she do with the likes of me, eh? I just hold her back. So it totally made sense after my business meeting with Mrs. Ford. I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I thought you were such good friends, and I didn't know what to say, and I just thought it'd be easier.
I worry, Kingsley, that maybe you've gotten relationships and emotional stuff confused with business dealings. And they ain't really the same thing.
No. Made numero uno mistake-o.
Well, thing is, I do sympathise because, yeah, Cheryl's mum wants to kill our brother.
Yeah. No,
So,
yeah.
you know, I am judging a lot of it based on that, you know, pretty... She went straight there.
Yeah.
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 Pretty mean.
Pretty bad.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I feel like on the scale of, you know, people doing harsh things,
Yeah,
that...
she's like, right,
yeah,
right
you're
up there.
like, yeah. You
Yeah,
kind of...
I'm maybe one or two pegs
Little
below.
bit. Little
Maybe,
bit.
Yeah, maybe. Like, I've always said I'm not a saint, but she makes me look like an angel. Yeah.
I thought you're slightly angelic. You're mildly angelic, Kingsley. Don't you worry. Yeah.
Stop it.
I
Look,
think you're quite angelic.
look.
We got to get that eye thing and give it to her, and then Operation Bugger Off.
I just
really is my assessment of the situation.
I just she wants this eye paperweight. It doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem. I don't know. Well, Tia might have some better knowledge, but I just feel once we give it over, that's it for all of us. We're literally against all the odds if we give it over.
Unlike now, surrounded by enforcers, and what with her threatening our secret brother and all that.
He's not a secret. We know about him. We just don't talk about him.
We don't talk about it.
We don't talk about him because it's embarrassing.
And he got really mad.
He got really mad.
Yeah.
Really against his disposition, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As this happens, Tia walks around the corner.
I'd like
The
to stamp on the
enforcer's
toe of the
watching.
one who called me a floozy as I go past.
Delta just gives a little nod of approval. And the enforcers just stand there and... So, take us to your ship.
Fine. Kingsley? Jules? What do you think?
Yeah. We'll think of something. All right, chapesses. Let's, I'll lead, shall I? Enchanté. And I'll just try and get back into the Kingsley spirit.
The four of you find yourselves walking along the gantries of the lower city, followed not only by a squad of 5 enforcers, but also above the omnipresent thrum of enforcer engines as one of their grey blocky ships hovers above. And as you eventually return to your ship, the Ride, you see already there 2 other figures.
Okay.
We just
I would not have been.
I wasn't sure if we're just walking there or not.
Or-
I haven't decided. I try and not
I
make us
take
go
it,
there.
yeah, detour.
Detours. I think
Yeah.
there's a
I
lot of
also-
winking that I'm doing right now as Emily.
What?
Blank would not
The
have.
car, Tia.
Blank would not have gone right to the ship. They want to be hiding like within the alleyways or something like that to watch the ship first before like coming out into open.
Noted. Okay. So,
Yeah. Is
2 of
there
you are
so
hiding.
the ship that's flying?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anywhere we could go where it couldn't fly?
I mean, these streets and gantryways are cramped, and many of them are overcovered with corrugated iron, and there are definitely places that you could get lost, yes.
Great. Tia will start walking vaguely to try and lose the ship.
And I will say, for convenience's sake, and because it's quite nice narratively,
No, you don't.
one of these overcovered areas, and perfectly suited for hiding in dark shadows, is directly where both Wyla and Blank would be crouching.
Oh, that's
within
useful.
the view of the ship.
That is useful. Excellent.
Amazing.
And as
Would we
yeah, go.
would we have gotten to the ship much sooner than everyone else, or no?
That is entirely up to you. I imagine, like, with
Pretty quick.
with Blank's hoverboard skills, far in advance if you would choose to. Oh,
Oh,
You
track
need to
my
dra-
love.
I was muted. Yeah, I think just because of the noise on my hoverboard, I wouldn't have used. I would have gotten
Yeah.
close, but then once I'm within like
Right,
a decent
turn it
range,
off,
would have
yeah.
walked the rest of the way. Yeah.
Oh,
but either way, I'd say if you want some prep time, you can have some prep time.
all I want to do,
Mm-hmm.
and Blank, gotta forgive me for this one. I want to do something real quick inside the ship before anybody
Blank.
else gets here.
Blank just signs. I trust you.
Okay, I'll be back in a hot little minute. And she's gonna run inside the ship. Perlexi, babe, you awake?
Oh my goodness, I was so lonely. Hello, how are you?
All right. Look, I don't know how much longer we have. Maybe it could be like hours, could be a few minutes, depending on how good everybody fights today. But where's your best, most secret hiding spot?
Probably underneath the floorboards. This used to be a smuggling vessel, but I never told Kingsley that because it would be very useful for them.
God's sake.
Oh, you are just a genius. Do you know that?
Oh,
I bet you do.
Well, my IQ is much more than most average humans, so yes, it is true. By your
That's
standards, I
alright.
suppose.
I'm not threatened. And she will go find the spot in the floorboards and pull it up, and she's gonna hide the eye in the floorboards.
Oh, clever.
Don't worry, I will not tell anybody.
All right. Now, hopefully, everybody's gonna make it back here in a jiff, and we might need to do a quick getaway. I'm not sure what the situation's gonna be. People might be injured, but just stay on your toes, figuratively, and we'll get through this all right.
I have a very, very efficient autopilot. I will engage that whenever you need.
All right, Perlexi, you are remarkable. I will see you in a jiff. And
I wish
she's
you
gonna...
were an AI.
Well, oh, come now. I'm not so bad for a human.
Well, no, but it would be easier to... Never mind, you go.
Hold on a second. Blank.
Poor Blank.
That's
Poor
gonna fight AI.
Blank.
AI can replace everything. And
Wyla is gonna try to find Blank in the bushes again.
Okay.
I think
We'll go back to
when
hiding.
you find Blank, they're like half naked as they're getting dressed into new clothing. They got their pants on, they got trousers on, but they got new trousers on. But I think when you walk in, you see the back of Blank, and there are old scars from past crashes and accidents they've had while orbital racing, and every kind of quickly putting on some of the clothing they've grabbed from the washing lines just to look a bit different. And you see on the ground beside them is the mask, and they just pick up the mask and put it on again before turning around to face you.
Oof. Darling, you taking care of those?
They kind of tilt their head in confusion and then sign, "Take care of what?"
She's gonna just sort of put a hand like gently on your back.
They kind of nod and then kind of just wave their hand as if it was nothing and just say, "It's fine. They're old. They've healed."
All right. Gosh. I mean, I'm glad that we fixed your board up and everything, but sometimes I feel a little guilty that I'm partly responsible for you getting in all sorts of scrapes.
They just sign, "It's fine. It's what I love doing. Orbital racing is my..." You see the hands waver as if they're trying to decide on what word to use, and they say, "Orbital racing is my calling."
That's right.
As you type this, you hear footsteps coming by the gantry near to you.
I think Tia's trying to talk to the guards. Sorry, go on, Blank.
Oh no, that's perfect. I think especially hearing Tia, and I'm assuming saying stuff to the guards, I'm like, okay, this is not what Tia would say to anyone but an enforcer.
She's being far too nice.
Oh, I don't know if I know you enough to even know if this is too nice for you. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Kingsley will help, but probably
yeah. So have you been doing it long, or is this first day on the job? What kind of...
Perfect.
You've been criminals long.
I
you know
take
me,
big
Tia
offense
Parker.
at that.
It's been like a decade at least. I think longer, actually. Have you not read my file?
Blank, hearing this and hearing the very clear reference to an enforcer being around, is going to remove their mask and hand it over to Wyla, and just say, "Hide somewhere." And it's going to remove their mask as well and put it into Wyla's hand. And Wyla's seen Blank maskless. They've seen them maskless, but they push it into Wyla's hands. I guess a quick description for the people who haven't seen Wyla, Blank maskless.
Yeah, like that, please. That one. Yeah.
Blank is kind of very... I think the best way to describe him is as a pretty boy. Very very cute when it comes to their face. They're probably in their kind of like early 30s from the looks of it. For the most part, you can tell that they look after themselves. You can tell that they don't wear the mask all the time. They have some kind of routine for their face. There's nothing really I think upon looking at their face, you also wonder why they wear a mask. There's nothing really worth hiding. Like I said, they're very much a pretty boy. I think the only thing they have is a slight scar that goes from just beneath their nose to the corner of their mouth. Again, you can assume from a orbital racing crash. But yeah, I think the only thing gnarly is that now without the mask, the kind of scar across their neck is a bit more visible. But yeah, now with the new clothes and without the mask, they seem very much like a new person. At least to anyone who hasn't seen their face. And they're going to kind of jog on the spot for a bit and then jog down the alleyway as if they are just a pedestrian going out for a morning jog. And just run right into one of the enforcers, I think. Just like bump into them.
Which way are you going? Come on.
And they sign in shorthand, and they're looking at the enforcer, but Delta is with them, and Delta has also seen their face without the mask. So the shorthand is going to be Wyla and I are safe. What's happening?
I mean, that's a question.
The enforcer just goes, I don't know what you're signing. And from behind, Delta just goes, yeah, but I do. And under the cover of the corrugated iron, how do all of you dispose of this group of enforcers?
I would like to shoot the one who called me a floozy in the face.
Oh my god.
Tia did some bad shit in the past and she's coming back.
I mean, there's 5 enforcers, so by my count, that's 1 apiece. So, and the gun just, and you just see his head as he's standing over Black going, don't understand what you're saying. It just immediately flies forward and falls down in front of you, Wyla, from where you are hiding. Yeah, rest of you, free for all, what are you doing?
I'm so happy. I'm punching!
Oh, look at you all punching.
Yeah, I'm like, Jules, first maneuver, just punch the enforcers.
That's a classic.
Pop, 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 pop.
From overhead, the ship sees nothing, but almost sort of like cartoon-wise, sort of everyone disappears inside them. And Wyla, are you doing anything at all?
Yeah, I'm gonna pop out from the bushes and whack somebody in the head with a tire iron.
Immediately out cold, and Blank.
Blank isn't really like they don't have their baseball bat on then, because they would have removed that as well, because I feel like that's a bit, at least for him, for the kind of disguise they were going for. A drugger with a baseball bat on their back could have been kind of weird, but I think they'll swing for a punch and just like try and knock one of the enforcers out, actually probably with an elbow if anything.
Cool. Kind of proper like Christian Bale in Dark Knight. You just like slam them elbow
Yeah.
and they like slam against one of the nearby walls and just like slide down just with as this heap of unconscious, or in the case of Tia's, dead enforcers just now lying on the ground in front of you. And off in the distance, Wyla, you just hear as the ride slowly begins to charge up. What are all of you doing?
Right, now we run. And I will grab one of the badges from one of the enforcers and just say into it, you should have sent the Alpha Squad, and then just charge the other way. And just
so
straight onto the ship. Tia's great.
That's so good.
I don't mean to be rude, guys. I'm really excited and happy that you survived. Where the fuck is Gale?
He's with the enforcers. Go. He's working for them. Just get on the ship while we can talk about it.
Still here? On this planet?
Probably somewhere. I don't know where. Wyla.
He's not worth it. I say, like, peering out of some barrels, because definitely I would not have been taking part in any fight. If anything, I bet Jules would have punched someone, and I would have gone, oh, and ducked, and it would have just that person would have fallen over the top of me.
Over the back
Oh,
thing,
Kingsley, my beloved. Okay.
I will say, as you are having this conversation, over the badge that you have just grabbed, Tia, you just hear, "Headed towards Utami Orbital now. Let us know when the eye is en route. We have Wesson. Be advised, Reno Snake spotted near Hajime Station, traveling inbound to Marshall System Center. Be on high alert. Meet Brasco there. Out."
Get on the ship.
Was that loud enough for Blank
Everyone?
to hear?
Did everyone
Oh, I
hear?
would say, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I
You're
guess
better on a ship. Get on the ship, and just trying to push people to it.
But we're going to that drop.
We can talk
Blank?
about it on the ship.
Blank lags behind as everyone's rushing to the ship. And I think an intense fear is very slowly starting to like paralyze their limbs. It's making it harder and harder for them to even move towards the ship. As all they hear over and over again now is the name Reno Snakes.
And as the name echoes in your head, so too does another voice pierce through the memories of the past. You put up a hell of a fight, kid. But now you're out of time. And that is where we are going to end this week's session. We will be back for our finale next week.
Yeah!